You don't know how to do it. I hit this.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Excuse me. Now we're broadcasting. So if you're going to be talking, turn your mics off. All right? Because we only have 45 minutes or to an hour for orientation. Okay? So if you're going to be talking on camera, turn your mics off. If you're going to be having conversations outside of this conference, turn your mics off. If you have television sets on or radios, anything like that, turn your mics off.
BJ Williams.
Okay? Because these are all recordings, these are broadcast all over the internet. All right? All right. As I was saying, this is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. Tonight is Monday night, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it must be Orientation Monday. We have live orientation every Monday from 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m., so let's get started. All right. I need everybody to go to mydispatcher.org. I'm going to put it up for you. I'm going to start sharing my screen. As we have some new people here tonight from Boss Logistics, I do believe, or Boss Enterprises. And I know you all are not in the back office yet, but we do have your info. Some of you are, and some of you are not. You're here on the corporate enrollee package. So you all are here on the corporate enrollee package, and some of you all have been integrated into our platform, and some of you have not. You will be before the end of tonight. So just be patient, and the interns will get to you all's to your profiles, and they'll be sending you out your invites to join the back office and things like that. All right, but here's what I need everyone to do. I need everyone to go over to, I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Put it up on the screen. I need everyone to go over to mydispatcher.org, and here it is right here. It's coming up on the screen now. All right, I need everyone to go over to that link. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone because we're getting some background noise from a lot of different people, and we can't have that. All right, now if you want to talk or if you want to ask a question, you're going to have to unmute your mic to ask that question. All right, but everyone go over to mydispatcher.org. Okay, in mydispatcher.org, this is your National Dispatchers Network. This is you all's research, your resources and tools back office. This is where you all will access everything that you're going to need. You're going to access it from this site. Okay, if you have clientele that you're trying to, I guess, introduce our network to, or if you're trying to, or if you want to give them this site, you can, because it does have a page for your clientele that tells them about who we are and what we do. And as a National Dispatchers Network, on the very first page is basically just kind of like a promo page. Tells you about, who we are and what we do as a learning center and what it costs and things like that. But on this second page where it says "Who are we?", that's the page you will send your clientele to if they have any questions about the network. You all will notice when you get to this page, when you scroll down, and you'll see where it says you can contact us, a reputation built by service and things like that. Get to know us, fast, friendly, and fully functional. Our network of independent dispatchers are well renowned throughout the United States when it comes to finding the right freight for your needs. Our team is up for every challenge with the skill and experience our clients have come to expect. We always stand behind our work, with customer satisfaction being our #1 priority. Contact us to learn more about our incredible network of dispatchers and how they can help you. They scroll down a little bit further. It goes on to tell them the network of more than, that's got to be updated, because last time I updated this was a few months ago, but now we are more than 3,647 independent logistics dispatching firms and freight brokerage firms, all networking to locate your desired loads, built by owner-operators for owner-operators. So we understand every carrier is unique in the low pricing needs. Our dispatchers network will cater the load search to your pricing requirements. Then there's a little short video here that kind of makes owner operators feel good about themselves and how we feel about them and how they're, they deserve more and things of that nature. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but that's what the little video is right there. It's a little a promotional video. It's only about 4 to 7 seconds long. It goes on to say our national dispatcher network is built by owner operators for owner operators, so we understand every carrier is unique in their load pricing needs. Our network of dispatchers will cater their load search to your pricing requirements. In other words, if you need $2.75 per mile, that's what CPM stands for, to run a load, our dispatchers will only look for and contact you with offers of $2.75 per mile or better. It's that simple. So contact one of the network's independent dispatch firms today. Now, before, we used to give you all toll-free extensions, and we still have some on here. This is what the toll-free extensions used to look like. As you can see, we have a lot of members. And we actually have about another 2,000 on top of this right here. So we used to give all you all toll-free extensions and the whole 9 yards. But since we separated ourselves from DOT and we no longer are under the eye or the guidelines of DOT, because we are a consulting firm. The RBBS Logistics Learning Center itself does not book freight. That is not what we do, okay? What we do, Jasmine says she's not able to hear me. You have to download this, click the thing that says download something, and then you can turn your headset on and your mics on, okay? All right, what we do is we provide the tools, resources, a network, ongoing training, everything that you need right from home, whether you're doing it as a freight broker or you're doing it as an independent dispatcher or you're just an owner operator looking to find some high dollar freight, okay? That's what we do. So none of you work for us. None of you work under our quote unquote authority, bond, MC number, DOT number, or anything of the sort. Each and every one of you are independent dispatchers or you are bonded and insured freight brokers, which means you are your own business owners, period. That's why we don't make any money from the booking of dime. You earn, you keep. We don't split your dispatch fee. We don't split your freight brokerage fee. We don't take any form of the money you earn from the booking of freight. The only revenue that we receive is in the monthly subscription fees that you all pay us each month. Unless you are a corporate enrollee, your company is paying a monthly subscription fee, okay? That is how we make our money. That is the only way that we make our money, all right? Now, with that being said, we used to give y'all all these extensions on our toll-free numbers, but DOT said that since we were converting over to a strictly, and we were not booking freight in any way whatsoever, we could not give non-employees an extension on our toll-free numbers. Okay, that was part of the agreement that we made with DOT in not being under their jurisdiction, so we can kind of do whatever the hell we want to do. All right, when it comes to training and how we conduct business and things of that nature. All right, so with that, we decided that we wanted to replace that with something better. So now, if you have clientele, you all also need to go over to this link here. So when you see this where it says Dispatchers Network, you're going to click that. When you click that, it is going to take you over to the National Dispatchers Network directory. This is an actual, your own private social media website, okay, where you all get to create your own profiles and you get to brand your own companies within this network directory. And what I mean by that is when you first come here, I'm going to go ahead and click the register button. When you first come here and you need to register, this is how you're going to fill it out. You're going to register here. You're going to put in your email address, your password, retype your password, just put the name, your birthday, and all that type of stuff. You don't have to put your birthday in. You put the actual date that your business started, whatever you want to put. You put your location. You don't have to put your gender in. That's optional also, too. And then you'll hit what you call it. Now, I am going to sign in because I am already a member. Let's see if I can remember my login. And I think that's it. Or did I use training? I'll find out here in a second. I will find out here in a second if I use the right login. Looks like, nope, that's not the right login. What login did I use? All right, here's what I'm going to have to do. Let me go over to the Chrome because Chrome has it memorized. All right, you all should still be able to see my screen. Can you all still see my screen even though I'm on Chrome?
Yes. Yes,
all right.
I can see it.
All right, great. All right, let's go over to Chrome and let's look it up from there. MyDispatcher.org. Chrome has me memorized. I'm not memorized in Firefox yet. Email. See, Chrome has everything. All right. Who are we? There we go. All right. But what you all are going to do is you're going to create your, you're going to register. As you can see here, I'm logged in here. You're going to register, and once you register, then you sign in. This is what your profile is going to look like. You're going to be able to come in here, and you're going to be able to really just manage your profile. As you can see here where it says, and my profile is the RBBS Transport LLC. So you all will be able to create your profile by putting up your profile picture. Okay, you'll be able to put the name of your company, RBBS Transport LLC, and you'll be able to put up all your websites and things like that. You can tell a little bit about yourself, about your company, and you can put your websites or your website itself. Okay. This is how you all are going to promote yourself. You have your phone numbers in here, whole 9 yards. Now, the reason why you want to create a profile, because any and everybody can register on this site. This site will be open for registration from you all, members, non-members, owner-operators, shippers, and brokers. Why? Because we want it to be like a logistics social media site. We want you all to have your own way of branding, you all branding yourselves as a network and as individual companies. Our goal is to turn this into a hub, so to speak, where you have a whole bunch of shippers, a whole bunch of brokers, a whole bunch of dispatchers and owner-operators all on the same site networking with each other. Not only can you network, but you have a members area where you all will be able to browse all the members. As you can see here, it says, welcome to the members area of the National Dispatchers Network Directory. Please feel free to create blogs and share them on our platform. We encourage you to actively interact with other members to promote networking in joy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now see, someone actually did it right. I don't know why they were able to do it and others were not. Okay, because everyone else was telling me that they couldn't update their profiles. But whoever this person is, they were able to update their profile, because as you can see, they have what? Their profile picture on here. Now, I don't know it or they did differently. What she did, I don't know what she did differently, because everyone on here is a moderator. Okay, well, it says members. I don't see why. Yeah, some signed up as moderators, some signed up as members, but I made everyone who joins this platform can join as a moderator. Okay. I'm going to check the settings again, but everyone should be able to join as a moderator. I see some are joining as moderators, some are joining as members. if you join as a moderator, you should be able to create your profile properly. As a member, you're not going to be able to update your profile. But you see how this person, they updated their profile, they did it exactly right, has their profile picture, has their phone number, has, pretty much, the stuff that they need to have. It has the different groups that they are members of. They can send messages, they can add friends. So just like you do on Facebook or any other social media network, you can add other members to your friends list on here. You also can go in here and you all can create blogs, and then you can share those blogs on Facebook, on Twitter, or LinkedIn. And you might be saying to yourself, what's the importance of creating blogs? The importance of creating blogs is you are making it known to the logistics and the freight community that you are knowledgeable about the industry. And the more interesting blogs you can share about your thoughts or feelings on what's going on within the industry, even if you're brand new, just post your thoughts or your experiences as a newcomer. What that does is it engages other professionals within the industry. It engages them, and it causes them to actually pay attention to you and what you have that's going on. That is called branding, okay? And you can brand yourself on so many different levels. And the more you brand yourselves, guess what? The more clientele you will attract. And that's what it's all about, because you all want to attract clientele, okay? You all can also create forums where you all can create forums where you can have groups of you all a forum, and you all are just discussing different things, and you can share those forums on all social media platforms. Okay, so what you all have here is a lot better than just giving you all an extension on our toll-free numbers, which is what we used to do, and maybe giving you all a dedicated domain email address. Now you have an actual network directory website that you all can customize, and you all can create your own profiles, and you can literally brand yourself and connect with other professionals as they join this site. And the way they're going to learn about it is when you all get clientele, or when you reach out to people, you're going to tell them to do what? Go to mydispatcher.org, go to the Who Are We page, scroll down until you see where it says connect with one of the dispatchers. If you do that, you'll be able to join our directory and see the directory of all the dispatchers. We can help you all find some high dollar freight, period. All right? Now, let's get into the actual back office site so we can show you all how everything works. Now, if you want to get into the back office site, here's what those of you who don't have your access approved yet, you're not going to be able to follow us literally from your computer, but you will be able to see everything that we are doing, so you have a good understanding of what to do once you get your approval. Does everybody understand that? Hello? Does everybody understand that? This is
Yes.
Thank you. All right, there we go.
I just thought I'd let somebody else answer this time.
There we go. All right, look, hey, all of my sessions are interactive, so you all are going to have to learn how to talk to me. You're going to have to learn how to respond, okay?
But yes, my answer was yes to that. But
great.
like I said, I thought I'd let somebody else answer this time.
Yeah, great. I am an attention needy person, so let's keep that in mind, okay? I thrive on it, so I'm going to need it. All right. So what you all are going to do from here is you're going to go over to the More area. This is how you access all your back office tools and resources. You're going to go over to the More area. But before we get to that, I'm going to go over a couple of the other links. There is a private consultation link on the back office site. In the private consultation link, this is where you all will go to schedule your private consults. Now, the private consultations, they are not free, because we are a consulting firm, okay? Our normal fees for consultation is $100 per hour. Members, okay, subscription members get half off. So you all can book a hour consultation for $50. You can also, members can also book a half-hour consultation for $25. So if you have something that is, because here is how we work. This is not the type of platform where you all get to call me up any time of the day, all times of the night, and say, hey, Mr. Butler, I got a question for you. Hey, Mr. Butler, I got a question for you. Hey, Mr. Butler, I got a question for you. That ain't going to work. Okay? Because if we operated like that, there is no way that I could run this platform and run the business and be able to give you all the attention that you all need. It just, everything would just completely break down. It wouldn't work. We tried that. In the beginning, we tried that. And I had people calling me up, believe it or not. I lie to you not. My phone would ring at 3 o'clock in the morning. My wife would look at me and say, you better not answer that. You all know why. Okay, because you just don't do stuff like that. But constantly, phone would ring 12 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock, 7 days a week, Sundays included. Okay? So literally, I was literally just beat to death because I was just constantly giving everything I had to, and at that time we only had about 80 or 90 students. Now we have, okay, I can't, there's no way. There is no way. So this is why we set up the scheduled nightly training so that you all get time during the week with me just about every night. At least 3 nights during the weekdays, and then on the weekends you all get 3 hours with me every Saturday. Okay? And that, and the way we have them balanced out, that's why we have orientation on Monday night, 8 p.m. to 8:45. We have spot training on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. to 8:45. We have Wednesday night Q&A, 8 p.m. to 8:45. Now you notice how that happens. It's orientation, then it's spot training, and then we have a whole session of just Q&A. So if you all have questions, all right, if you have questions, write them down. And when you come to the Q&A, ask questions. When you come to the spot training, ask questions. When you come to the 3 hours that we have every Saturday from 10:15 a.m. to 1:15 p.m., we usually have about an hour and a half of training and then an hour and a half of just all. Now, don't be like some sessions when I get on Saturdays and I ask, does anybody having a question? And it's like you can hear a mouse piss on a piece of cotton in church. Nobody seems to have questions. But all during the week and on Saturday nights and on Sunday nights, the phone is ringing off the hook. Mr. Butler, I got a quick question for you. I got a quick question for you. Now, you see how that can be kind of offsetting and a little bit irritating. Because we give you all that time, right, those questions. So learn to manage your time and help me manage my time too, because it's all about time management. All right? Because this is not the type of platform where I am going to handhold you. That's not what this is. Okay? So, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you call me up and say, Mr. Butler, where do I find the script? I'm going to say it's in your back office. If you call me and say, Mr. Butler, where do I find the video that's on the perfect pitch? It's in your video library. Mr. Butler, where it's in the back. No, that's all I'm going to tell you. The reason why is this. This platform is not set up for me or anyone else to do your work for you. It is not set up for anyone else to be responsible for your success. I tell my students this all the time, and you all will hear me preach this day in and day out. Be responsible for your own success. Take responsibility for your own success. And never, ever, ever attempt to make anyone else responsible for your success. Okay? Now, what that means when you break that is you all have before you everything you need to be successful. We have given you all the tools. We give you the training. We give you a network that you can plug into a chat group. Every single thing you need, you have it within your reach right here. But it's up to you to do the research. It's up to you to actually do the work. It's up to you to go in and learn what it is you have and figure out where everything is and how it works. Because that's what good, productive, and successful entrepreneurs, okay? That's what they do. And each and every last one of you are business owners. You are in control of your own financial destiny, your own business, your own independent what? Financial freedom. Okay? So you all need to learn to take control of that. And I know a lot of people come onto us and they still have that workers mentality. You need to dump that. Dump that workers mentality and get into an entrepreneurial type of mindset. Because that's where you're, okay? You're in an entrepreneurial type of setting, and I promise you, if you commit yourself to that, you cannot go wrong. I started all of this from a homeless shelter. Believe it or not. If you don't believe it, go to YouTube, look it up. Diaries of a Homeless Entrepreneur. There's about 147 videos. The day I became homeless, I started recording. And I haven't stopped recording since. So, if I could do it from a homeless shelter with nothing, think about where you are now and what you have in front of you and tell me you can't do it. There's no way possible to tell me that. None of you can tell me that, okay? Because I just want to allow myself to believe that, all right? Now, with that being said, when you go here and you book your private consultation, if you have a question for me, you want to call me up and ask me one question, I'll give you one question. If you say, Calvin, I got a quick question for you. Great. What's your question? Well, if I got time, I'll go into that one question. But then a lot of you will turn around and it never fails. Okay, I got another quick question for you. And I'm going to tell you, you need to schedule a private consultation. Because if it's that important, it's important enough for you to do what? Pay that $25 and have a half-hour consultation where we can devote nothing but the time we have with you, and we can talk about anything that's dealing with the industry. Even if it's, I want to learn how to start my own trucking company without owning it. We'll have an entire consultation on it. I'll tell you how to do it. I'll put you in touch with the people that can help you get it done. And if you make $1 billion a year, all you owe us is $39.95 a month. That's it. Okay? So, in booking your private consultation, you'll go here where it says private consultation is just one of the many personal attention services available through the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. To book and schedule your private consultation today, click here. You're going to click that. It's going to take you over to the private consultation site where you can choose which type of consultation you want to do and as a schedule of what time we do consultation. In the future, when we start adding more consultants, you'll be able to pick who you want as your consultant. Okay, the consultants will be chosen from those individuals who sign up for the RBBS franchisee program. Okay, so that's where you go to book your private consultations. Okay, once you book those, we will notify you that your booking has been accepted, and there'll be some instructions that you have to follow, and you won't be billed until after the consultation is completed. All right, and you'll be billed by an invoice where you can pay with any debit or credit card. If you have a debit or credit card on file with our platform, we can charge it to that debit or credit card. All right. All right. How you do the consultation. Now, to get into your back office, when y'all want to access your back office, you can go over here. There's a button that says More. When you hover over that More button, it's going to pull up a drop-down sleeve right here. You're going to click on here where it says Dispatcher Tools and Resources. When you click Dispatcher Tools and Resources, that is going to take you into your main area of your back office site. These are secure areas, so if you are not logged in or you don't have a login, you will not be able to access the back office site. If you are new to us and you haven't had your login approved yet, what's going to happen is when you go and register, matter of fact, let's go over this. Let me log out. Well, yeah. Where am I at? Am I in the right place? Yeah. Let me log out right here. Okay. Let me log out. And because this is how it's going to look when you all want to log in. When you click log in, you're going to get to this page right here. Now, this is very important. If you have not a username and password before, do not click login. Okay. Do not click login with Facebook under any circumstances. Click sign up. Okay, if this is your first time, you're going to click sign up. And when you sign up, you must, let me repeat this, you must use the email address that you have on file as your enrollment email address. If you are a corporate enrollee, you must use the email address that you provided to your employer when you joined our when you gave him or her the information to join our platform. Okay? The reason why, because all of the stuff that's done, like all the process and everything that we do and all this stuff is done by interns over at Florida State, FAMU, and University of Florida. We are part of an internship program. Okay, we don't like paying money, so we get interns and they work for grades. Okay, that's just the honest fact of it. But they have a great intern program where they get to process stuff. They go in, and they log in, during the intern time, and they can log in and they complete tasks for different companies. That's the type of program that we're under. The interns are not going to take the time to try and find out who you are. That's not how it works. They're not going to waste time trying to match your name up with the same name that's in the back office. They're going to copy and paste your email address. They're going to go to the Square, over to our Square processor. They're going to put that email address in. If it pops up that there is no account under that email address, they are going to deny you access. You're going to or a message that says the email address you have used or that you have provided is not one that shows up in our enrollment accounts or something of that nature. And it's going to inform you that you are going to have to enroll, and that enrollment is $349.95 for your enrollment fee, and 14 days later you'll be billed $39.95 for your monthly subscription fees. And they give you a link that says to enroll, click here. Okay? So, if you're using any other email address other than your enrollment email address, you will not gain access. The reason why, we have a lot of sensitive material in the back office. Passwords, you access to all types of stuff that we do not want people who are not party to, who are not paying subscriptions to access our network. We do not want them having access to that information. Okay? We just don't want just anybody in our back office or having access to all that type of stuff. So we are very strict on who we let into the back office. Okay? We're very strict on that. Please do not click log in with Facebook, because your Facebook email address that you sign up with Facebook may not be the same email address that you use for enrollment. So always click log in with email, and when you sign up, put your email address and you can create whatever username you want to create, and then you submit it for approval. It can take anywhere from 20 minutes to approve you to 24 hours. It just depends on what time of the day you submit it, because obviously if you submit it Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., there's a good chance it's going to get approved really, really, really fast, within 20 minutes to an hour. But if you submit it 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, you probably won't have very many interns logging on and completing work during that time of night. And you're definitely not going to have that many interns on the weekends trying to log on and complete any type of task. Okay? So if you are doing this like on a Sunday, you may have to wait until Monday morning before you get your approval. All right? Just remember that. Okay? Because everything is done by interns with our company. All right? So keep that in mind. All right. But once you are in, okay, here we go. I know that. Let me sign back your info at. I'm not a very good typer, y'all, so bear with me. All right. There we go. All right, once you are in, you will see your little profile picture pops up right here. You all see it right there. You can, my account and all that type of stuff. So, all right. Then you're going to click on the More button. You're going to go back to your back office tools and resources, and you're going to get into your back office tools and resources. All right, and it says, welcome to your back office. Now, you all would notice in your back office, everything is set up on Rolodex style. Okay, everything is set up on Rolodex style. When you first get into your back office, I want you all to notice some things. In order to find things, if you click over to the right and you click it, it's going to roll to your left. If you click over to your left, it's going to roll to your right. If you put your cursor over and just let it hover, it will tell you what what that is. Okay, so if you're looking for different types of things, just let your cursor hang there. That is your truck rate calculator. If you click on it, or if you click on that, it is going to pull up the placement holder for that freight quote calculator. And then it's going to have down here, if you have to log in with any passwords or anything, it's going to tell you what this is, and it's going to have your login information right here. Because we don't want you all paying for the thing, so we give you access to stuff that we've already taken care of. Do y'all understand that? That's why these areas are secure. Okay? Everybody understands that?
Yes, I understand.
All right, great. All right. A lot of y'all don't want to talk, but I'm going to bring it at you, okay? Because you got to talk to make money in this business, so get ready for it. I'm going to bring it at you, okay? All right, whether you want to or not. Y'all going to become talkers. Every last one of y'all are going to become salesmen, or you ain't going to make no money. All right? Let's get that clear right now. All right? So, Anna, now I'm going to give y'all a warning. Please do not attempt to change any passwords or logins to any of the load boards or anything that you see in the back office. Why? Because if it has used in passwords, that means we are paying for it. And if you go and try to change anything that we are paying for, we're going to find out about it, because all we're going to simply do is we're going to contact that load board or that website administrator. We're going to give them our secret password that none of you all know. And then they're going to say, oh, hey, Mr. Butler, how you doing? I'm saying, well, I've got a problem. Someone changed the passwords and login to our subscription paid members area. They're going to say, oh, no. Okay, and I'll say, what's the, can you pull up the IP address of the computer? And then we got you. And yes, we are going to report it to law enforcement in your area. And there will be a warrant issued for your arrest, because you just committed a crime. It is called intellectual property theft. Whether you know it or not, that is a form of intellectual property theft, because you took something that someone else was paying for and you changed it so that you can have access to it. That is a crime. That is a form of theft. Now, we've had people to try and do that before, because we have a lot of other freight broker trainers and whatever don't like us. I can't imagine why. They don't like us. And they've actually had people to infiltrate our platform and try to tear it down from within. We actually filed cases against them, and some of them wind up going to court, and some of them wind up doing a little bit of probation and some things like that. So don't do it. Okay, don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay, I don't want to do it, but I have what? A board of directors. Okay, and I answer to them. Even though I started this company, I am just an employee of my own company. I answer to a board. Anytime you take money from individuals to start a company, you do not. I don't have a dictatorship in this company. The board of directors, they can come together and they can call for a vote. They can call an emergency meeting and a vote of what? Anybody know what that is? Well, they can literally vote me out.
I can't say that I do. I don't know.
They can have a vote of no confidence. Okay? This is what happens when you start exactly, Mr. Justice. They can have a vote of no confidence, which means confidence in my ability to administer and run this company. Okay? And even though I started this, they can remove me as CEO. Plain and simple. So keep that in mind when you all are operating and when you all are doing things. Just be on the up and up. Don't try to do anything that's going to cause us to do something that's going to get you in trouble. Okay? So please don't do it. All right. So as you are seeing here, and then in the first set, we have what's called tools and resources. Now, if you are on our app, we do have an app, or if you're on the mobile website, this looks a little bit different. It still pulls up the same way, but the order is different. All right. First, you have tools and resources. Tools and resources are going to be stuff like calculators, free the auto transport directory, workflow, the search, the freight broker search area. You also have the search for 19 million shippers, is where you go and find all your shippers and things like that. You can search all the brokers in the country right there. You can search all 19 million plus shippers in the country right there. That's just a placement holder. Yeah, that's just a placement holder. And then you have over here, what is this one? This is freight quote calculator and things like that. Okay, that's where you find that type of stuff. If you scroll down, you're going to have agreements, forms, and documents. Okay, very important. One of the first things I want you all to do, okay, and if you got a pen, write this down. The very first thing I want you all to do in your back office site, click on this little bad boy right here with the truck that has a lot of money that says, how much money do you need to move your truck? Anybody know what that is? That is your script. This is the script that you all must learn if you are operating as an independent dispatcher. This script is designed to help you close 7 out of 10 carriers you call. You all have heard us do this script many times before, and it goes a little something like this. When you click on it, it tells you right here how much money do you need to move your truck. Learn this script before you do anything else. You click it where it says go to link, and it's going to pull up that script. That's your script right there. Now, you don't have to learn it verbatim, but learn it to the point to where you can recite it like this. Hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? My name is Calvin Buck, and I own RBBS Transport, LLC, a dispatch firm, and I'm a member of the National Dispatch Network. We have more than 3,647 dispatch firms, freight brokerage firms, all working together to find carriers like you or owner operators like you high-dollar freight. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? Now, you're going to shut up after you say that. Why? Because he who speaks first loses. I don't know if y'all ever heard that before, but it's true. He who speaks first loses. So at the end of every close, just shut up. I don't care if there's a 20. Don't say nothing. It'll be awkward as hell, but don't say nothing. Because they're going to ask 1 or 2 questions, or they're going to say 1 or 2 things. They're only going to respond 2 ways. One way they can respond is what? I need, right? X amount of money, right? Or they can respond with, man, what the hell are you talking about? You know, or something of that nature. Or something, or sometimes, you know, they will respond, man, I done told y'all, don't call me no more. I don't want to hear nothing about no dispatcher. I get about 50 calls from y'all from this National Dispatch Network all the time, trying to get me to sign up and pay y'all some 10%. I don't need that, man. My wife dispatches for me, and I don't have to pay her nothing. So why in the world would I use you all? Great, sir, I understand, and I can appreciate that. But like I said, I'm with the National Dispatchers Network, and like I said, we understand that not all carriers can run freight for the same amount of money because you have expenses that other carriers may not have. And look, I can appreciate the fact that your wife dispatches for you. But if you ever get a call from us and you tell us only want loads that's paying $2.75 per mile and it must be going more than 500 miles, guess what? That's all we're going to look for. Loads that's paying that $2.75 per mile or better. If you tell me you want loads that's going less than 500 miles and they must be paying $3.90 per mile, I'm not going to look for loads that's paying $3 a mile. I'm only going to look for loads that's paying $3.90 a mile or more. So you know when you get a call from us, we got the kind of loads you want, going to the places you want to go, paying the kind of money you want to get paid. Now, how does that sound to you? I don't care what you tell me, man. I'm not paying you no money, you know, to find me no freight, man. I told you, man, my wife do that for free, so I understand. And look, I'm not trying to replace your wife. You know, God bless her. I'm pretty sure she's good at what she does. But let me ask you a question. If your wife is finding your loads one day, she's looking for loads for you, she's finding your loads that are paying $1.75, $2.10, and $2.25, and then you go behind her because you're better at this, obviously, and you're finding loads that's paying $2.95 and $3.10 and so on and so forth. And then we call you up, hey, Mr. Johnson, I got loads leaving out of your area that's paying $4.40 a mile, $5.10 a mile, or maybe even $6 a mile. Whose loads you going to run that day? And just shut up. Because at that point, what does it matter how much I'm charging? What does it matter if his wife is finding him loads, but she's not finding the loads that are matching up to what we're running, that we're able to find? You see what I'm saying? So obviously, their answer is gonna be, well, I'm gonna run the highest paying load. Exactly. Okay? Because bottom line is this: we're not trying to replace your wife. We're not trying to replace any dispatch service you may be using right now, because you're not obligated to work with us. All we're saying is we're just trying to give you another option, another bullet in your gun against the war on low-paying freight. Plain and simple. What can I send your dispatch agreement to? When you learn that pitch and you're able to do that with it, in other words, no matter what they throw at you, the pitch is designed to overcome any and all objections. There's a video in your back office called The Perfect Pitch. It's in the video library. Okay? During that segment, because we do live calls. We don't teach from a chalkboard. Okay? We get on the phone and we call up carriers. During this segment, I called up a carrier and he started out, he let me have it. You sons of so-and-so and so-and-so calling me all times of so-and-so and so, and I told you mother so-and-so and so-and-so don't call my got so-and-so and so-and-so so more. But guess what? By the end of that call, he was signing up. And the reason why is this. I don't care what an owner-operator is saying, because you all have to remember something. This is sales. Don't let nobody fool you all in anything else. This is sales. If you are not a salesperson, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. If you are not a salesperson, and if you are not committed to becoming a better salesperson, you are not going to make money as a freight broker. Plain and simple. So if you can't see yourself selling, okay, stop doing this right now. I don't mind telling you that, because that's the truth. Because salespeople, good salespeople, will make $200K plus in this industry. People who can't sell, you'll muddle through with about $40,000 to $50,000. I'm just being honest with you. Okay? So wrap your mind around that. You got to learn to be a salesperson. And my rule when it comes to selling is this. I don't care what they are saying. As long as they are on the phone, I keep selling. Because anybody who truly was selling, they will do what? Anybody know what they'll do?
They'll hang up the phone.
Exactly. They will hang up the phone. But as long as they're on the phone, guess what? You keep selling. I've never had a owner-operator who stayed on the phone with me, didn't sign up. How do you think I got 317 carriers signed up to my dispatch firm? We book freight, the RBBS LLC, which is my dispatch firm, books freight for 317 carriers every single week. Okay? And we did that because we were salespeople. When I was a brokerage firm and I was hiring my own people, we had a sales reps and we have account executives. No other brokerage firm was hiring or training their people the way we were. We didn't have just freight broker agents. We had some people who were sales reps, some people who were account executives. And we paid, okay? And that's how we built up to where we are now. So when we converted over to a dispatcher, we actually had almost 600 clients. You know, about 200, we had about 140 shippers and about 400 or 500 carriers signed on with us. When we switched over to a dispatch firm, obviously all the shippers didn't stay with us because some shippers don't work with dispatch firms. That's just how it is. So we went down on our shippers and we retained about 300, actually no, about 280 carriers at that time. Then we built back up to 317. Okay? So, but just keep that in mind. You got to be a salesperson. And if you can become effective as a salesperson, you'll make all the money you ever want to make in this industry. Okay? Because you're always selling. If you're a broker, you're selling to shippers. If you're a dispatcher, you're selling to owner-operators. You know, if you're doing an auto haul freight, you're selling to car dealers. You're selling to someone that needs their carpool. You're selling to the auto haulers. You're selling. So forget what people tell you when you're in the freight industry. No, you're in the sales industry. You just happen to be selling freight or selling some type of freight-related service. Okay, but you are in sales. All right, but what I need you all to do is learn this script. Okay, learn this script. This is your script. Learn it. Go through it. You know, practice it. Watch yourself in the mirror. Record yourself pitching the script. Go back and watch yourself and see what your facial expressions are. Because if your face does not match what you are saying, not only do you not believe it, but the people on the other side of the phone, they're not going to believe it either. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, script. All right, now, the next thing I want you all to pay close attention to in your back office, the first thing is learn your script. The second thing is learn your dispatch agreement. Okay, and where you're going to find your dispatch agreement, you're going to find it here in your forms, your agreements forms, and documents. And if you come over, as you stroll over, you'll find it by just putting up what? You'll see it. And I'm going to tell you what the dispatch agreement is going to look like. Your dispatch agreement is going to look like this, when you got two people who are looking like they're reading over some type of agreement. This is just like two owner-operators, a couple who are looking over a service agreement. This is your dispatch agreement. You'll see it right there, pulls up, it says service dispatch agreement. You're going to click on it, you're going to pull it up, and you're going to learn that dispatch agreement. Okay? This is your dispatch agreement. For dispatchers to be legal, have a properly executed dispatch agreement with the carrier you service. Okay? Click on it, it'll open up your dispatch agreement. It is in Microsoft Word, so make sure you all have Microsoft 360 would be ideal, but make sure you have Microsoft Word and PDF and things of that nature. All right? So when you pull it up, it's going to open up, and it is a dispatch agreement that you all can do some editing to. Just click the Enable Editing button, and then you can make changes to it. You can put in your logo, you type your phone number, all that stuff. Now, one thing I want you all to remember, you have some highlights up here. This is to help you all to understand your dispatch agreement. Everything that is in yellow, and it is above the fee line. This is the fee line, where it says the fee for dispatch services will be 10% of the gross revenue of each shipment with no minimum charge. That's your fee line. Everything above the fee line, okay, is where your information will go. Your name or your company name will go there. If it's in yellow. Everything below the fee line, if it's highlighted in yellow, the carrier or the operator is putting their information there. Remember that. All right, let's go over this. Your dispatch agreement. All right, up here you're going to put what? This is where your name. No, I'm sorry. This is where the carriers. No, I'm sorry. I take it back. This is where your name. Okay, your name, address, phone number, and email address is going to go here. Dispatcher. That's your information. Okay? Dispatch service agreement. The carrier name goes there. Okay? The owner of and or the driver of truck number. The truck number goes there. Of the carrier, a license, motor carrier, MC number. The MC number goes there, and or DOT number goes there. Hereby grants authorization to you, your company name or your personal name, to act as my agent for the sole purpose of searching for and booking shipments, processing all brokerage paperwork, and obtaining certificates of insurance as required in order to expedite shipments and dispatch via telephone, fax, or email for my truck, unit number, blase, blase, license plate number, goes there, in the state of whatever state goes there. All billings, invoicing, and collections of revenue from customers, brokers, shippers, consignees, etc. are the sole responsibility of the carrier. If revenue for a shipment or shipment is uncollectible, okay, your name goes there. or your company name will be held harmless, and no penalty or deductions of fees will be made. The carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits to conduct business as a motor carrier in the area of intended operations. Additionally, carrier agrees to maintain liability and cargo insurance at the amount by the home state of the carrier. Your name goes there. Will be held harmless in the event of any and all claims. The carrier agrees to maintain an account with an internet load board service in the name of the carrier with your name or your company name as the point of contact for dispatching purposes. Now, let's go over that right there. That part about them maintaining load boards and things of that nature. Now, obviously, you all have access to a whole bunch of load boards. But that clause is there. Say you have yourself about 10 carriers. You signed up for about 10 carriers that you have in a contract, right? And you want to get access to a DAT load board, one of those very expensive load boards that I don't even, they don't impress me. I've never used DAT a day in my life. And I've never had any problem booking high dollar freight, okay? And the reason why I personally don't use that, because if you look up the average load, cents per mile on that, right now I think the going rate is like $1.78 or $1.68 per mile. Really. I can find loads that's that average on any other load board and higher, right? So I don't see the point in using or paying for something that's $299 a month at this top level, just to be able to access some bells and whistles. No, I don't spend money like that. All right, but if you do, one of the few that want that or some other very, very expensive load board, and you want to get it, but you don't want to have to pay for it, this clause would allow you to be able to do that and have your carriers to pay for it. Why call a meeting with all your carriers and say, hey, carriers, since I am you all's dispatcher and I want to get you all some high dollar freight, I have a way that we can get access to that load board at their highest levels where I can have all the bells and whistles, $299 a month, and it's only going to cost each of you about $30 per month. Y'all see what I just did? Does everybody understand what just happened?
Absolutely.
Within your agreement. Okay, that clause within your agreement gives you the ability to do so. That is all. That clause is basically a inferred power of attorney. That's what it is. It's an inferred power of attorney clause. Okay, so they are basically, when they sign this and they agree to this right here, they are basically giving you the authority to go out and secure access to load boards and have them to pay for it. And because you are the dispatchers for all of them, you can collect money from and sign up under one of their DOT numbers, but you can use that load board to find freight for all of them. Okay? Did everybody understand that? Did everybody get that? Okay, we got some people who are typing in. All right. Harold Justice just says, do we need to get our own, apply for a U.S. DOT number and get your broker authority and get the freight broker bond to obtain contingent cargo insurance? And what the hell are you going to do all that for? I mean, seriously, you all do know that when you become a freight broker, right, and you pay all that money, anywhere from, if you got perfect credit, $1,500 to $3,000 down on your bond. If you don't have $75,000 laying around somewhere, if you have medium, if you have okay credit, you're gonna pay somewhere between $3,000 and $6,000 down on your bond. And if you have bad credit, you're gonna pay $8,000 to $10,000 down just to get your bond. You're also gonna pay $800 to $1,000 every quarter on your bond, on your quarterly bond. It can't be paid in monthly installments. You got to pay it all out at a time. Every quarter, you got to pay $800 to $1,000. You're also going to need that $850,000 to $1.2 million of insurance, which is going to cost you about $3,600 down on your insurance premium, and you're going to pay about $320 to $360 every for 9 months out of the year. And you're going to need your authority, which is going to run you about $850 to get your DOT number and your MC number. And you're going to need all your tracking equipment and TMSs and all that kind of stuff, which probably cost you another $600, $700, $800 a month. With all the stuff comes a broker. Now, on top of all that, your first year as a broker, you can't make any money because no shipper is going to work with you until you get at least 8 months to a year's seasoning on your bond, unless you have $200K in the bank as collateral, and you have at least 7 references who can attest and in writing and verify that you have done $300,000 worth of business every week with them for 6 months without interruption, and you have a Dun & Bradstreet credit report of just about perfect. That's just a fact of being a broker. Okay, I know a lot of other freight broker trainers and stuff won't tell you that, but you all can ask plenty of brokers who are within our network who've already done it, and they join our network and they are operating as independent dispatchers. Why? Because their first year they need to make money, and they are still paying all those bond fees and things like this just so until their bond gets what? The season. But in the meantime, to do what? Operate, still make money, and learn the ins and outs of the industry. So why spend that type of money to not make any money your first year? And even if you could make money your first year, why would you spend that type of money and have that much liability, okay, when the other option is you can operate as an independent dispatcher and spend literally almost no money and have zero liability and can earn just as much. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because as an independent dispatcher, you can still work in the industry, right? So you're still working with what? Carriers, brokers, load boards, shippers. You're still working with all the same people. You're just doing it in a different manner. But you're still learning the ins and outs of the business. And at the same time, you are making money and building what? A book of business, because you are bringing on clientele. So if for a year, and if you get to the point where you're doing this where you should be doing it, that first year you should be grossing over $100,000 easily. If you're doing what you're sticking to the mind frame and sticking to the script and sticking to the things that you need to be concentrated on and not worrying about all the noise and then the distractions. If you stick to what you need to be doing, there's no reason you shouldn't do 100K your first year as an independent dispatcher. So now you learn all this stuff about the industry. You got money in the bank. You got a book of business. So now, if you want to become a broker, can't afford it, right? And you already have clientele that can sustain you from that point on, if that's what you want to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you. 80% of the individuals who join our platform who wanted to become brokers never go back to brokering. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Because the dispatching side of it is so less aggravating. It's less incumbency. And there's nothing worse than trying to deal with them to sign on with you. That is the hardest thing in the world to do. I'm gonna give y'all some real stats. On the dispatching side, you are working with carriers. Your job is to call up carriers and get them to sign your dispatch agreement so that you can find them freight and they can pay you up to 10% of the load fee. Plain and simple. Okay? If you call 100 carriers, there's a 80% chance that you're going to get about 20, 30, or 40 of them under contract. And that's if you don't really know what you're doing. If you're an experienced salesperson, you're going to get about 60 to 70 of them to sign your dispatch agreement. On the flip side, if you are an experienced salesperson, a pro at it, you can call 1,000 shippers. You might get 1 or 2 of them to sign up with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Because here's the thing about shippers. If you don't impress them in the first 20 seconds, you're done. If you don't start off talking if you don't speak to the heart of them in the first 20 seconds, you're done. They're going to give you the same old dried out line. Okay? oh, well, send us over your broker packet and we'll get back with you and we'll take a look at it. Or some of them just may be honest with you and say, well, when you got yourself about 7 references, they can show that you've done about $300,000 on with the business. We'll take a look at you. Well, you need to get your Dun & Bradstreet credit report up some more. Add about another 60 points onto your Dun & Bradstreet score, and we'll give you a look. Or they'll say something to you like, come back when you got another 5-month season or something like that. Or they'll just come out and say, you know what, we'll be glad to work with you, but we're going to need you to prepay for your loads. Well, we can get you about, 1,000 loads per week, and you're going to have to prepay for them, so you're going to need to come up with about, $100,000. You see what I'm saying? That's how they work, okay? Unless you know what you're doing with them. And you got to be able to do that and be able to impress them right quick and in a hurry. All right. So Harold Justin says, I see that. So with your program, we don't incur any liability. Now, if you're operating as now, our program does have brokers that operate as brokers, and we show them some of the tricks of the trade and how to operate but you can do the same thing as a dispatcher and do auto haul. And we show them how they can apply some of our strategies to get them to doing auto hauls and doing $1,000 per day, earning $1,000 per day. But let me explain something to you about the auto hauls. If you don't know what you're doing, and I'll not mess with that monster. Because if you don't know what you're doing, and you're on Central Dispatch is not a regular load board. They do not answer to DOT like everybody else does. They run their own things the way they want to run it. And if you get onto Central Dispatch and they figure out that you do not know what you're doing, they will ban you for life. And you would never get back on there. So don't screw around with Central Dispatch. Because it's very serious. They take their operations extremely serious. They are extremely angry operations. So be sure you know what you're doing before you jump into the auto hauling. Okay, because that is a whole new class of monster. Yes, it can make you a lot of money fast, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can kill your business before it even got started. Just keep that in mind. All right. But yeah, operating as an independent dispatcher is literally no liability. Why? Because you're operating under the authority of the carriers. You don't need a DOT number. You don't need an MC number. You don't need insurance. You don't need any of that because all of that is in the carrier. You are just operating as an agent for the carrier. Plain and simple. You are not paid by brokers. You are not paid by shippers. You are paid by the carrier. Okay? Now, all right. Basically, this is your dispatch agreement. After that, right there, you have the fee for dispatch services will be 10% of the gross revenue of each shipment with no minimum charge. As loads are picked up, an amount equal to the above stated percentage will be payable to you. Put your name in there or your company name right there if you have an actual business that is set up in a business bank account. Payments are to be conveniently paid with any debit card via text or email invoice app process. Now, don't put RBBS because we used to do your processes or the invoices, but per the agreement we made with DOT, we can't do that anymore. So we don't process you all invoices. You put your own company name there. Okay, and put just your company process, or you can put Square invoice processing. Okay, Square Business invoice processing, because we show you all how to use Square Business to do all your invoicing, and they can collect, and you can send them beautifully, professionally printed up invoice. You can text it to them, or you can email it to them, and all they got to do is click on it, and they can pay you with a debit or credit card. The money goes directly into your bank account. Easy as pie. All right. Now, you don't have to use any type of invoicing system you want, but that's the one that we recommend. And there's a video in your back office that says what? Invoicing So watch that video. It'll tell you all about how to set up a Square. Square, by the way, does not cost you any money up front. Okay, they take 1% of each transaction, plain and simple. All right, so there you go. Payments are to be convenient paid. Yeah, there you got that part right there. Please provide your SMS, cell phone, text number here. Remember, make sure you get their cell phone number, be able to text them the invoice. Okay, all right, and your email here. Okay, that's where the carrier's information goes. Either party has the right to end this agreement without cause at any time with 7 days notice by written request. Upon cancellation, any unused funds remaining in the deposit account will be refunded to the carrier within 2 business days without penalty. By signing below, I fully understand the terms of this agreement. The carrier's company name goes there. The carrier's CEO or operations officer signs here. Now, if you are sending this to a leader or someone who is running under the authority of someone else, okay? This is not a contract. You're not doing this. In that case, this contract will be with the owner of that truck. It is not with the owner of the company. You understand? Because the owner of the company may have 50, 60, 100 trucks. But the guy who was running that truck owns that truck. Like if they're signed on, if they're on the owner-operator program for Western Express, with Western Express, with them, as long as you got your own truck, you can run under their authority, and they will let you keep 73 1/3% of all the loads that you run. And you can pick, and you can book, you can find your own loads. You can literally book your own loads. Okay, so if it's in that case, then your cut would be 10% of what? That owner-operator's cut. So if they're getting 80%, if it's $1,000 load fee, you're not getting $100 because you're not getting 10% of 1,000. You're going to get $80, 10% of 800, right? Just remember that, okay? So if that's the case, you would have the owner of that truck sign here, okay? And their signature goes there, and then you print your name, dispatcher signature goes down there. All right? And that is a properly formatted dispatch agreement. You all can use this and put in your your logos and your names and all that type of stuff. All right? But this is in your back office. All right. That's your dispatch agreement. Make sure you all learn. Where were we? Here we go. All right. No, that's the wrong page. My bad. There we go. All right. All right. The next thing I want you all to learn is your workflow. Okay. This is your workflow. This young lady here that looks like she's going over some stuff. She's reading. She's checking over her workflow. Your workflow is how you get a load from booked to getting it paid on. These are the steps that you are going to follow. Okay. These are the steps that you are going to follow. Click on this. Click on the link. Opens it up, and all right, when you all see into RBBS or a dispatch at RBBS, and X that, okay? Wherever you see that, just replace that with keep for your records, okay? Don't send anything to us, okay? Because we don't do any of your processing anymore. We don't process your invoices, okay? So don't send anything to us per this workflow. So wherever you see where it says email a copy to dispatch@rbbstransport.com, nope. Replace that with keep a copy for yourself. Okay, put it in your file system, whatever the case may be. All right. You all can pull this up and read it. I'm gonna basically tell you how the workflow goes. Okay. First thing you're gonna do is once you send your email, when you email your dispatch agreement to your carrier, you're going to send them a copy of the dispatch agreement and a copy of the profile sheet. I'm going to show y'all what the profile sheet is in a minute. But you're going to send them once you contact that carrier, you hit them with a pitch, and that carrier has agreed to use you as their dispatcher. And they say, yeah, go ahead and shoot me over that dispatch agreement, man. Let's get this thing on the road. you all are going to email that carrier your dispatch agreement and the profile sheet. That's the sheet that they fills out that tells you how they want to run. And I'll show that to you all in just a minute. It tells you how much money they want to move their truck for those that run more than 500 miles, for those that run less than 500 miles, whether they want to go up in the mountains or not, what type of loads they want, if they want loads that weighing more than, they don't want loads weighing more than 30,000 pounds, or whatever the case may be, and it tells you if they're a flatbed, reefer, dry van, or whatever the case may be. All right? So it pretty much tells you how they want to run, what areas that they want to run in, and how much money they need to move their truck. So the only thing that you have to do, once you get that back, from there is what? Because remember, the hardest part of this whole process is signing up the carrier. After that, everything else kind of takes care of itself. Because everything else will lead you in the steps that you need to go in order to get things done. It's just a matter of just following the steps and just repeating that over and over and over and over again. Okay? So, once you get your dispatch agreement back and your profile sheet back, all you got to do from that is what? Call up Mr. Carey. Hey, Mr. Carey, where you at? Because you already know how much, right? For those that run more than 500 miles, I want those that's paying $2.25 per mile or better. For those that's running less than 500 miles, I want those that's paying $3.10 per mile or better. I don't want to go up in the mountains or keep me on the bottom half of the United States, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mexico, Texas, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to pull more than 36,000 pounds, so don't give me anything that weighs more than 36,000 pounds. And I am a reefer, dry van, flatbed, or whatever the case may be. You have all the information you need on that profile sheet, so the only thing you need to do every day is to what? Call the carrier up or send the carrier a text. WYA. Where you at? Because why? Because you need that to start your search for his loads. Everybody follow me so far? So you contact the carrier, you find out where he's at. Now you may want to ask him, okay, where do you want to go? It should be outlined in his profile sheet already, right? But you may just want to ask him that, just on the off chance he has a specific place that he's trying to get to, okay? And chances are they probably say, I don't care, just, keep me in the areas of where I said keep me in the South, or keep me on the bottom half of the United States, or just keep me out of the mountains and find me some good paying freight. All right, cool. Then all you're going to do is what? You're going to go to the load boards. You're going to go to the load boards, and you're going to start looking for him some loads. When you find at least 3 loads that matches or exceeds what he wants, you're going to call him back. Mr. Carrier, I've got 3 loads for you that match and exceed what you were looking for. The first load, it picks up here, is going here, it's paying this much money. The second load, it picks up here, it's going here, it pays this much money. Your cents per mile is this, by the way. Your third load picks up here and it goes here and it's paying this much money. Which load you want today? I want load number 2. When he tells you want load number 2, then you are going to call the broker who posted that load. You're going to go back to the load board. You're going to pull that load up. You're going to go down to the click where it says the broker. You're going to pull that down. You're going to call that. Hey, Mr. Broker, I got a carrier that wants load number blah, 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 blah. The broker will say, okay, great. What's his DOT number? Right? You're going to give him the DOT number. Now, don't ever give out your carrier's DOT number or a carrier's MC number until you have them under what? Contract. If you do not have a signed dispatch agreement, don't you ever give away those DOT numbers or MC numbers. Because that broker would then be able to do what? Go around you and then form a relationship with that carrier, and you would never ever get paid on it. Keep that in mind. All right. What's your carrier's DOT number? If you have a signed dispatch agreement, give him the DOT number. He's going to run a quick check, pull it up, takes about 20 seconds. He's going to come back and tell you, good, that carrier is good to go. Or he's going to tell you that carrier needs to fill out our broker package. Either way, he's either going to send you the broker package for the carrier to fill out, you're going to send it over to the carrier's going to fill out, he's going to send it back to you. Anything that he sends to you through the email, you got a copy of it, right? Keep that in mind, everybody. All right. So if he tells you the carrier is going to do what? A confirmation rate sheet. After you see him back the broker packet signed by the carrier, he's going to send you the confirmation rate sheet. Be sure that each and every time you all get a confirmation rate sheet, you read the entire thing. Trust me on this. Brokers will skate you every time if you do not read that confirmation rate sheet. Sometimes they'll try to sneak stuff in like extra drops. that wasn't on the load board. Sometimes they'll change the money amount that wasn't on the load board. Sometimes the miles are more than what they stated on the load board. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Which means that the miles are longer than what it cuts down on the carrier's pay, right? Or it says per mile. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you all read every piece of that confirmation rate sheet. All right? Once you've read it and you're satisfied that everything meets to the standard, you're going to forward it over to your carrier. Carrier's going to sign it. Chances are the carrier's not going to read it. Very few carriers read it. They look right at the money. So, okay, that looks good. They sign it. They send it right back. That's why your job is to protect the carrier at all times. They're going to sign it, and they're going to send it back to you. Now you got a copy of it in what? Your email. You're going to forward it over to who? The broker. That carrier is now dispatched. That carrier would go and pick that load up. You can have the carrier to call you when they arrive there and when they leave. If that's what you want to do, sometimes, you know, I don't even bother with it. I think just call me after you drop the load and you get ready to send me the BOL. All right. The carrier is now dispatched. The carrier is going to go pick that load up. The carrier is going to deliver that load and drop it, and he's going to sign BOL, a bill of landing. That is the receiver's receipt that is signed and says that this load was delivered in good condition, on time, and intact. Okay? So now the carrier sends you back what? The BOL is signed. He should also send you a invoice to the broker on telling the broker you owe me this much money. If he doesn't, no big deal. You got what? What do you have? The confirmation rate sheet, right? Good. So you got the confirmation rate sheet. You send that back over to the broker. The broker then takes that BOL and the invoice and he forwards it up to his factoring company. All right? A day and a half later. Do not wait longer than a day and a half. A day and a half later, you, the dispatcher, are contacting that broker again. Hey, Mr. Broker, this is such and such and such. I'm calling to check the status of my carrier's pay on load number blah, 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 blah. He's going to look it up. He's going to tell you one or three things. Oh, that carrier got paid. Or, oh, that carrier is due to be paid today. Or, oh, that carrier is due to be paid in the next couple of days. It doesn't matter which one of those they say. If he says any of those three things, you all are then going to do what? Go and prepare your invoice through Square or whatever it is you're going to prepare it through to send to your carrier to get what? Your 10%. Okay? If you're following the video that we have in the back office that says invoicing, you're going to follow those examples on how to create your invoice. We go through it completely and show you how to create it, how to sign up with Square, what to put in there, whole 9 yards. You're going to prepare your invoice, and then you are going to text it and email it to the carrier. You're going to do both, text and email. Attached to that invoice, you're going to have a copy of the original signed dispatch agreement. And you're going to attach that. I don't care if you book 1,000 loads with that carrier in 1 year. Each and every time, you better have 1,000 dispatch agreements, that signed dispatch agreement, attached to that invoice every single time. Also, you're going to attach to that invoice of that signed what? Rate confirmation sheet. And you're going to have a copy of the signed what? BOL. The reason why you're going to have those three things attached to every invoice, because this backs up and it puts your carrier on notice that if you plan on screwing me, I got you. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Because you have that. Exactly. You have their signature and documented statements that this is a legal and properly formatted and dispatched load, and they legally owe you that money. So if they decide that they don't want to pay you, you can take all three of those things and you can fight against their authority, right, to have their authority revoked with the what? Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association and DOT and the Federal Bond Service. And no carrier wants that. Trust me on that. And if you need me, you can hire what? A collection agency, and they will bug the hell out of them, and they'll also put it on their credit report, the Dun & Bradstreet credit report. Okay? So, whew, that was a lot, wasn't it? All right. Once you've done that, and you shoot that out to them by email, then all they've got to do is, it's very simple. Click on, put in the debit or credit card number, and hit pay. and it comes right back to your Square account. Money shows up in your account. Oh, got paid. You transfer it right up to your bank account. That's it, people. That's how you make money. Okay? If you got one carrier, you should be able to book 4 loads per week. Okay? Based on the current, hours of service and the stuff they have in place now. If the average carrier is running $1,500 to $2,000 in load fees on each load, let's just say for sake of purpose, let's say it's $1,000 load. Keep it real simple. Okay, that means you're making $100 per load, right? So if you've got one carrier, you're booking 4 loads a week. That's $400 per week, right? If you've got 2 carriers, that's what? $800 a week. 3 carriers, that's what? You see how this is going? 12, then 16. Y'all see how that goes? All right? It truly is just that simple. If your carrier is running on average 2, then you're clocking $200 on each load. If it's $1,500, it's $150 on each load. Okay? And the more carriers you have signed on a dispatch agreement, the more carriers you can dispatch, the more money you're going to bring in on a weekly basis. And all you got to do is just follow those simple steps. Follow the workflow. Just follow the workflow and stay focused on what you are doing. Do not be one of the people in our platform that get all off and distracted by what I call noise. I got people that call me up all the time because I'm trying to figure out what the average rate is on what the average what the average lane pay is on such and such. Who the hell cares what the average lane pay is? You're not trying to book the average lane pay, right? You're trying to find the load that is paying the kind of money that your carrier wants. So why are you even worried about what the average lane rate is from Florida to Georgia? That's noise. That's just a distraction. That's something you don't even need to be concerned with. The only thing you need to be concerned with is doing what? The carrier, right? Getting that dispatch agreement signed, getting that profile sheet signed, and then finding them the loads, and then just following those simple steps, right? And just repeat the process over and over and over again. I mean, this is not rocket science. It's not. I promise you it's not. I promise you this is not rocket science. If you stay focused and you follow the steps and you just do the things that make you money and don't worry about all the other stuff, I guarantee you make more money than you can shake a stick. Now, how easy it is to find these loads? Okay? Here, let me show you. All right? Because each and every last one of you, when you sign up, right, we give you the link to go and get what? That straight dispatch software that was developed by one of our members that helps you find loads that they need to find them at. And when I tell you that is a groundbreaking software, that access key software is going to make that young man, Khalil Ha, a millionaire before the end of this year. I guarantee you. People are signing up for that stuff like crazy. You all get it at a great discounted rate. You all get them $9.99 per month. We give you a $4.99 discount on your subscription fee with us to offset that, so you're only really out of pocket with him $4.99, right? When everyone else who is ordering that software key is paying anywhere from $14.99 to $29.99. Okay, so you all are in a great position when it comes to that software key. And let me show you exactly what that software key does, which leads into us going to show you about the load boards. Come down here, these are your load boards. Okay, you have access to more than 100 load boards. Within this roller, you probably have about 20 or 30. Okay, but you can go and pull up all the other load boards. Let me find it here. You got Warner, Universal. You all notice you got a lot of you got a lot of private load boards in here too. But if you go here, the little thing with the key, you see what it says 901 free load boards for truckers. If you click that, you can access the other 901 load boards. And when you click on this, most of these you don't need any type of login for. You just need to know where to find them at. And we're talking about stuff like Landstar, Buchanan Hauling. You got a lot of, Fox Lumber, FreightFinder.com. You got Hardy Hawks, Interstate 48 Logistics, Jacobson Transportation, JB Hunt, Knight Brokerage, Landstar, Load Match. You got a whole bunch of stuff here that you wouldn't think that you would get access to, but you got access to it. Okay, so that's where you find the other 901 load boards. Be honest with you, I've never used more than 3 load boards. I'm gonna be honest with you. I use Truckers Path, I use Lane Honey, and I use Direct Freight. That's it. Now, I don't use any other load boards other than those right there. You all can use some of the other ones. Yeah, I don't really use it. Let's say if you go to Truckers Path, you're gonna click on Truckers Path. You're gonna click right here. Now, like I said before, remember, if you're on these load boards and if you need an access login and stuff, it is right here. We give you the access, we give you the logins, the username, the password, everything you need. All right. So that way, if you're going to be signed up, you're going on to them, you can go in, and then you can put in your username and password into those load boards. On Truckers Path, if you're looking for loads, you're going to click Truck Loads for Carriers. We give you access both as a carrier and as a broker. Click search, and then as you see, I'm already logged in, but you all will put in the email address and the username that's applied to you on the placement holder. Okay, y'all got that, right? All right. So you're gonna click find some loads. Let's just look for loads. Let's just anyway, just to show y'all something here. Now, let's say your carrier wants. Now, everybody else when they're searching load boards, they've got to go in here and calculate how much cents per mile. They got to divide the rate by the miles to get the cents per mile, right? To see what that load is actually paying to that carrier, how much money it's paying, if it's actually going to work out for them, right? You all don't have to do that. Why? Because you all will have the good sense to go and get what? Your straight dispatch key, your license key, which means you can go in here and you can put in, I'm looking for loads that's paying $3.25 per mile. Y'all can kind of adjust this, go into your settings, you can put $4 a mile, or whatever the case may be, you can put $3 a mile, or you can go in here and you put in 3.55. $3.55 per mile. Then you're going to go down here, you're going to click your highlight color, green, red, gray, blue, or whatever. If you want to put in deadheads, you can put in for the calculator deadheads too. We're going to leave that out for right now. Save. And it's going to tell you settings updated. Then you're going to come back here and you're going to do what? You're going to search your load board. And when you search that load board and you keep searching down, any load that's paying that $3.55 per mile, if there are any, it is going to highlight them. Let's see if we find any $3.55 a mile on here today. Look at that. There's one right there. Now, if it's in yellow, that means that it's the highest paying load on that screen. Now, if it was in, what we pick, red, if it was in the shade of red, the lighter the shade, the closer it is to that $3.55 to that. The darker the shade of red, the higher it's paying. Everybody got that?
Yes.
All right. So yellow, that means that's the highest paying load in that category. So if you put your cursor over it, look what it does. It tells you, it should tell you what that load is paying. Hold on here. It should give it to you right there. That load is paying $4.03 per mile, not including origination deadhead or destination deadhead. Now, if I go in and click in the slate deadhead, it will calculate the miles deadhead. Oh, for those of y'all that don't know, deadhead means the number of miles you have to travel without having the load. In other words, the number of miles you got to travel to get to the load, and then the number of miles you got to travel to drop the load off. Okay, to either pick up a load or to deliver a load. Okay, those are called deadhead miles. So anytime you're traveling with nothing in your trailer, that's called deadhead. Okay, so you got to travel, let's say 60 miles to go pick a load up, then that's going to change what? Your true what? Cents per mile, right? I know it's a lot to calculate. but that's why this software is so great. It does all that for you. You don't have to do it. All right. So immediately you've already found him a load. You see how quick we found that load? We've already found a load that's paying what? $4.03 per mile. That's way above his what? $3.55. Let's see if there's anything else down here. Keep searching. We keep searching. We keep searching. All right. That's all the one we found so far. So let's see. Let's change this a little bit to find some better freight. Let's drop this down to $3 per mile and see what happens. See if we can find any more freight at the $3 per mile. Let's go through this and do my search. Find loads. See what we got on here. That's $3 per mile or better. That same load right there. I don't have very many loads on here that's paying $3 per mile tonight on that load board. But let's do this. Let's click flatbeds. Let's look specifically. Let's say we're looking for, and that's what FTL freight. Oh, my bad. Let's put any size, and let's put anywhere, and let's put any on that. Now let's see what we get at $3 per mile on any size. Let's see if we get anything that's paying $3 per mile. And you see how much time this saves in searching load boards? Because if you didn't have this feature, you'd be going through each one of these loads trying to figure out what they're paying, right? All right, let's change this so that we can find some more freight. Let's drop this down to 255 point. Let's say 250. Leave that red, save, and let's look at that. A whole bunch of loads paying 250, as you all can see. As you all can see, we got a whole bunch of freight that's paying 250. Hold on here, let me break this, get this up. All right, as you all can see, we have a whole bunch of freight that's paying $2.50 per mile. We start going down here, and you also, all right, see how here it's a lighter shade of red? I can put that on that and see it's paying $2.91 per mile. That's what that load is paying. You can click on it, and it's going to give you all the information about that load. It's even going to tell you, you know, what's the best route to run for that load, the whole 9 yards. It's going to give you all this information. Right here where it says show phone number of the broker. You can click that where it says show phone number. Okay, y'all see that? Does everyone see that? All right. So that is the load that's paying close to that 255. This one obviously is paying more. This one obviously is paying $4.03 per mile. Here's some more that's paying close to that 275. This one's paying 272. This one's paying actually $375, and it's only going. Looks like it's going how many miles? 138 miles. This one's going 692 miles, $100. That one is paying $260 per mile. This one's going 257 miles, and it's paying $750. That one's paying $2.92 per mile. This one is going 297, and it's paying $775, and that one is paying $2.61 per mile, and so on and so forth. That one is paying higher because it's darker. That's paying $299 per mile, and that one is paying $3,000, and it's going how many miles? It's going 1,000. Yeah, it's going 1,005 miles, and it's paying. That is a good paying load. Paying about $2.99 per mile, just under $3 per mile. So y'all see how quickly you're able to find loads for carriers at the amount of money that you're looking for them for, versus wasting time like other people doing. You know. So look, with this software, you're able to find. You should be able to manage 7 to 10 carriers. You should be able to book freight for 7 to 10 carriers. Without this software, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be able to handle more than 5 carriers per week. You won't without that. So this software, you can handle up to about 10 carriers, right? So for every 10 carriers you get with the software, you should be hiring yourself another dispatch agent. Y'all see how this business grows, how you can grow your business within this industry, and how you can turn your dispatch firm into a mega dispatch firm and be making $500,000 a year. You really can. Okay. All right. That's how you find those. This is how you use that software and search the load board. And if you want to know what this software, basically you're gonna go over here. You're gonna click over here, and you're gonna find your extensions, your add-ons. Where's your extensions? Your extensions. Think it's kind of hard to find on Firefox.
Add-ons. It's add-ons.
Yeah, there it is right here. Yeah, you gotta find your extension, and thank you. You're gonna find your extensions, and there's your extension right there. And you're gonna click on your details. Look, I don't want to remove it. Let's click on details. Click on your details, and look down here, and it'll tell you which load boards that it is compatible with right now. Right now, it's compatible with that load board, Power that. It's compatible with that load board, Trucker's Edge. It's compatible with 123 load board, Trucker's Path, and Direct Freight load board. More load boards will be added in the near future. Now, if you want to add more load boards, all you have to do is come up here, click on your extension key up here. See right here where it says Request Load Boards. When you click that, it's going to pull up the email address, and all you got to do is copy and paste the load board website address in there and send it over to Straight Dispatch, and then they will work to make that load board compatible. Okay? Plain and simple. Great product, great software. Okay? And it was developed by one of our members. All right. Whew. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get over to show y'all the last little bit of stuff that we need to show y'all. Yeah.
Another thing, the Straight Dispatch, I think it works perfectly on Firefox.
Yeah, that's what we were on Firefox. Yeah, we're on Firefox now.
Okay. No, we're just saying. For all the guys who's
it doesn't work on Google Chrome. It used to, but he was having some encryption problems with Google Chrome, so he's got to work out the encryption problems that he's got with them because they want higher standards as far as the the encryption and the service. He has the upgraded service and all types of stuff. That's called. He's also working to get it compatible and usable on Internet Explorer. So hopefully he'll have that coming up soon. All right, but those is how you find your load boards. You all know how now. The easiest way to find out where everything is, very simple. It's just go to your back office and click on everything. Okay, I promise you're not going to break anything. You won't break anything. Just click on everything, and that way you're going to find out two things. You're going to find out what it is, and you're going to know where it is. And then when you click in it and start doing some stuff, you're going to find out what it does. Right? Plain and simple. Just like driving a new car. You get a new car, what do? You click on the bells and whistles. You click on everything in it just to see what it does. This is no different. Okay? Before you start calling them and asking, hey, where can I find this? Where can I find that? Just go in your back office and just start clicking on everything. Take about a week to learn everything in your back office. Just do some research, do some clicking around, explore all the new bells and whistles of the new toy you just got, and just find out more about it. Learn what you have in front of you. Plain and simple. All right. Also, all right, that's the main part of your back office. Also, you're going to have your video library. If you all want to search your videos, the videos are easy to find. Trust me, they are easy to find. Because when you go to your video library, the placement holding the imagery was chosen to reflect what the video is about. Okay, very simple. Okay, up here we have the live weekly training and curriculum videos. This is where we have the Monday night orientation videos, the Tuesday night spot training videos, and the Wednesday night what? Q&A. And it tells you right here what they are. Okay, Q&A Wednesday, spot training Tuesday. It tells you what they are, and it kind of gives you a kind of a picture that pretty much tells you what we were talking about. Like in this one, how to escape Florida. Because everybody says Florida's a dead zone. When we talk about it, that's my trade. How to escape Florida. So it's going to kind of give it's going to tell you what it is. And this is how you stroll through them. You just stroll through them right here, and they stroll over. You also have down here a little brief description of the videos that tells you what's in the video. On this episode of Spot Training Tuesday, the follow-up, live members orientation every Monday, whatever. This section here, the second row, is operational training videos. These are your long videos from what? The Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show every Saturday. All of these are going to be 2 to 3 hours long. Okay? Some of them, 20 minutes, but some short stuff. But they're all going to be long videos. Okay? And you notice here, the pictures kind of tell you what's going on. Online invoicing for businesses. So if you want to know about the invoicing, where are you going to go? You're going to go right here. So please don't call me and say, hey, where did I find the invoicing video? Come on, really? There it is, right there, online invoicing. All right? If you want to know about the script, the perfect pitch, or whatever it may be, all these videos, they kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on. Booking freight from home, chess, not checkers. Okay? This is pretty much telling you your loads out for the entire week and how to, train your carriers and stuff to be progressive. This one talks about what? Auto hauling. Why? Because you see the thing where they say central dispatch. That's auto hauling. Okay? Right? The secret methods and strategies used to book between central dispatch and U-Shift. This one talks about what? Right here, talks about the straight dispatch license key. All right? So, how to automate your business. This is about auto hauling. Why? Because you got pictures of auto haulers there. We always try to, this talks about dedicated lanes, obviously. We always try to add stuff in here that kind of, so you can kind of look at it and say, oh yeah, that's what that's about. This is about what? The perfect pitch. It says it right here, a perfect pitch. So if you're looking for the script, on us pitching the script live, there it is. Okay? So this is where you find your videos at. All right? Over here you got your, these are just some like, oh yeah. These are the private consultations. Some members agreed to let us post their private consultations. Some members said that they don't want them, posted, so we don't post all the private consultations if you give us permission to. But these are the ones that gave us permission to post the private consultation. They're good to watch because if they have some questions or some issues about some things, you may have the same questions and issues. So go through and watch those private consultation videos. It may wind up saving you some money to not have to do a private consultation. Okay? And down here we have our branding videos. All right? Little branding, commercials, promotional type stuff. You can watch those too if you want to. All right. But that's where you find your videos. And then last but not least, we're going to go over your logistics library. Now, in your logistics library, you all are going to be able to find every word, phrase, or term ever needed in trucking. And these will help you become more knowledgeable. We had a young lady a short time ago, Nisha, and she had just started with us. And she had went out and did what she was supposed to do the first week. She had signed up about 6 or 7 carriers. First week. Oh, by the way, congratulations to the young man who called me today and said he signed up his first carrier. Okay, and he just started, by the way. When I say he just started, I think he's been in the platform like a couple of days. But, he just signed up his first flatbed carrier. So congratulations to him. All right, but anyway, this young lady, she had one of the carriers, on the phone who had just signed up with her, and she was trying to find, and she was talking with them, and they was throwing out all types of terms and stuff. She had no idea what the hell they was talking about. But she didn't want to sound stupid or look like she didn't know what she was talking about, because she wanted the carrier to lose confidence in her. So the carrier asked her something about some crazy term, and what she did was she went right back into the glossary while she was on the phone with them, right? And she looked it up. Right? She clicked on, I think, this right here, and she looked up. I think the carrier asked her something about, it was some crazy term. Hold on. It was in the B's or something here. Bed bugger. Yeah. The carrier asked her, do she do any bed bucket? And she was like, she was like, and so she kind of startled him a little bit. She went in and she looked it up, and bam, right there, household goods mover. She said, no, we don't do any household goods. So, and then he asked her something else that she had to look up. I think he asked her about power only or something like that, and she just looked it up. She just went ahead and she searched right here. She said power only. She just looked it up real quick, and just that term is not in definition. Let me check the glossary. Let's check definition. Power only. Let's try it there. Nope, it's not on that page. Let's try the other dictionary. I know it's in here. I know power only is in here. Glossary. Let's go to the trucking glossary. And let's go down to power only. It should be in here. Oh, go back up. There it is. No power break. Power only is not in here?
I've noticed that the glossary and the dictionary wasn't working for me either.
Okay.
They haven't worked for any term or word or anything.
For any term or word?
You got it. It doesn't matter what you look at. It might just be...
Obviously, it's working for some of them because you got a whole bunch of terms in here. You got airway bill, you got bike hauls, you got bill of landings, you got bill of party, bill to party. So obviously, it's working.
No, I think you misunderstand. In the search area, anything.
Oh, okay, I got you. I
think it's just for Firefox. It might work for Chrome. I'm not sure.
Because I know it was working for her when she looked it up, but it might be a Firefox thing. I don't know. It might be a Firefox thing or it might be a Chrome thing. But I know you can find stuff in these what's called. I look stuff up at them all the time because you got a terminology of glossary terms and you got a dictionary of trucking terms. And usually in the dictionary of trucking terms, you can be able to put stuff in. Like if I put in LTL. There it is. Less than truckloads. LTL carry. So power only probably just won't be in there. So you all know power only is just the truck itself. It means it's a truck without without a trailer. And they usually do what's called dropping hooks. They will they go and pick up a loaded trailer and then they drop it and then they pick up another loaded trailer. Okay? But it does work. It just probably just doesn't have power. The power only term is probably just not in there, but it does work. If I put in drop and hook, let's see if that comes up. Some people refer to it as drop and hook. There's so many different terms in trucking, and different people use different things for them. But that's your glossary. Okay, it has a lot of terms in it. I don't know why it doesn't have power only. You would think that would be one of the main ones that it would have. Now you also have Logistics 101 and Logistics blogs. They're also part of your logistics library too. Blogs are real neat because what happens is you can click on one of these and you can share them. You know, if you all don't know what to talk about, just share some of the blogs that's already in here. You can share this blog, go to Facebook, pulls it right up, and you can share the blog right on Facebook. You know, in one of the trucking groups. Pick a group, and we're gonna share it in All Truckers United, and it basically just gives individuals, groups something to talk about. Okay, and it was posted by you, so guess what? It brings attention to what? Your company. So use these things to build your brand. Use these things to, make yourself seem more knowledgeable about the industry than you really are. So but all these things help to bring you business. Okay, so that's it, people. You all have a pretty good grasp of everything that is in your back office. I know this went a little bit longer than we expected, but that's okay. My wife understands. She forgives me. You know, she loves me like that. So that's just how it is. But this is your back office site. Make use of it. For those of you who are corporate enrollees, we will get you all approved and into your back office sites tonight before. I'll make sure that they all get done before I go to bed. So just be patient with me, and you all will have your access before the end, before midnight tonight. That was, I can promise you. I think it's about 7 or 8 of you all that are that have came on with us from Boss Enterprise, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So, but that's your back office site. I hope you all can see now that you all have a lot of tools and resources. A lot of you probably realize there's a lot more that we offer here than what y'all first thought. Hopefully you all do. Oh, by the way, you all also have a chat group on your back office site. A lot of people don't know a lot of people don't know about the chat group that you have on your site itself. This is the chat group within your back office site. Make use of it. You can see here there's a lot of people chatting back and forth, talking about stuff, sharing information, helping each other out. So we have that chat group, and we also have a chat group on Facebook, which is this one. This is the one that most of you all, the new people, will be joining in on this chat group. We have 2 on Facebook because we can only put I think about 1,500 people in each chat group. So we kind of ran out in the first one. So we're working on filling up the second one. But as you can see, we have a lot of people in this second chat group as well already. So this is the chat group that you all will be joining. Yeah, a lot of people in these chat groups, a lot of stuff going on. People sharing loads, people sharing information. Here's some loads that someone posted today. You just click on it. It will pull up the loads for you. People sharing loads, people sharing information, people talking about, how to sign on with shippers. You all are helping each other out. And that's what it's all about. And that's the thing that makes our platform any other platform out there. Because we are giving you all things that you all can use every single day to make yourselves successful. Okay? We don't just take your money and say, here's a one-time shot, after you're done, good luck to you. That's not how this works. Okay? This platform is designed so that each and every member never feels like they're in this by themselves. Because each and every last one of you, you're all connected. And you all are connected to us, and you all have contact with us, several times a week. So, and that's the main difference with what we're offering and what everyone else is offering. So, welcome to the network. Welcome to the platform. I appreciate each and every last one of you all. Hopefully, I'll see you all back here tomorrow night for Tuesday spot training. Spot training does not take this long. It's about 45 minutes, and that's it. And then Wednesday Q&A, same thing, about 45 minutes to an hour. So hopefully we'll see you all back here on spot training and Wednesday Q&A. And of course, I want to see everybody back on Saturdays for the Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. Thank y'all again. I appreciate each and every last Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. Y'all have a good night.